Hey everyone, VidGamerLuke here. Today I'm going to be showing you my grinding strategy in GTA Online. Real quick, please keep in mind that this is not beginner friendly at all, as you need to have a plethora of businesses already owned, which I'm going to show in a little bit. This is fully free mode, and it's great for people who don't want to do KO over and over and over and over again, like me. I find the setups fairly annoying, and I don't really like doing it, to be honest with you. Anyway, this can make you, at the very least, 360,000 every in-game day, if you can do it quick enough. And it can make you up to 800,000 every in-game day, depending on how much money is in all of your safes. So real quick, before we get into it, I'm going to show you guys a list of all the businesses that you will need for this. So here you go. So firstly, you can see the agency. This is going to be very important. It's for payphone hits, it's for your agency vault, and it's for contracts. A very large part of this grinding strategy is the agency. Next is going to be the office with the crate warehouse, and this is to do the export mixed goods mission. Then you're going to need an auto shop. This is the least important one because it gives you so little money, but it does add a little bit. So if you don't have the auto shop, not a big deal. Next is the motorcycle club with the custom bike workshop, so you can do the delivery missions. And then the arcade for the arcade safe, and your bunker, so you can do the ammunition contract. Now, the most important ones out of these are definitely the nightclub and the agency, so don't bother with this if you don't have the agency or nightclub. But if you're missing, like, a auto shop or an MC club or a custom bike workshop, it's not that big of a deal. It will affect it, but not too much. Anyway, let's begin. So I spawn on my yacht, and this does help me quite a bit because there's the yacht helicopter. It is pretty easy to do the first part of this with a helicopter. So I start off here with calling Franklin to get a payphone hit.
Alright, got it. I'll ask around and get back to you.
So, get the phone. This time I get the motel one, which does affect time a little bit because there's that whole checkout time. But the payphone hits, if you know how to do them, are pretty easy. And if you don't know how to do them, just look up a tutorial on YouTube. So yeah, they're easy. So I got the bonus where you need to light the guy's car on fire, so I'm just pouring gasoline on it with the jerry can. Then I'm going to head back up to the roof and shoot it when he gets in. Now, here's our first money, and if you did it right, you will have $85,000. Now, the next step is to take the helicopter or whatever car you're driving and make sure you're registered as a CEO. You're going to drive down to your office, and we're going to do the export mixed goods mission. And when you're in your office, it's a good time to refill on snacks because you never know when you might need it, especially when you get into the assassinations and the contracts and things like that. So just make sure you have snacks on you when you come. So we are going to do the export mixed goods mission now, and it's helpful to have the helicopter because now you can just take the helicopter over to the mixed goods and then take the truck. This is where we're going to leave the helicopter though, and then obviously you can recall your helicopter after, but there's not really any point because after this we're going to the auto shop and you're going to switch cars there anyway. So now we're at the crate warehouse. I'm pretty sure it's the cheapest one, which is actually good because this is the only thing I use the crate warehouse for, and it's, I think, the closest to where you need to bring this truck. So we're just going to bring it down to the docks. Now there's 3 different things that can happen during this. One, you can just go like this happened here, and no enemies will spawn, you won't get the cops, anything like that. Most common one is there's some enemies that spawn, at least with this one. They're not going to annoy you too much. If you want to, you can kill them, but they're not going to annoy you too much. Then there's the one where you get the police on you, and it's fairly easy to lose the police. I'm pretty sure it's only a 2 or 3 star, so you can lose them and then bring them over to the docks. Now, the next step is to go over to your auto shop, if you have one, and do the customer car. I don't have one of the staff members, I just do it manually. This is the least important part of the whole strategy, so if you don't have the auto shop, like I said before, it's really not a big deal at all, because max you get like 35,000 if there's no bonuses going on, but it's a little bit, and it might add to your full total, so it's worth it to do it anyhow, if you do have it. So now you can also switch back to your motorcycle club from your CEO, because this strategy is a lot easier with the motorcycle club because you can just call on a motorcycle right next to you. Anyway, we are going to service this car and deliver it as you normally would. Now in this case we're only getting $20,000 profit. Max I think it's 35,000. Like I said, it's not a lot, but it's something, so you might as well do it. So, as the car over there falls to the world, our next step is to go through the nightclub so we can collect money if it's full, which in this case it was, and we could also do a popularity mission. So I accidentally hit this woman here and get the cops on me, but whatever. So, I have the staff upgrade. It makes it so much easier to maintain your popularity, so I do recommend getting that. It's not needed, but it does help quite a bit because you only need to stop there like once every 2 in-game days, throw someone out, whatever. I personally, you can go in and out of your nightclub until you get the little mission to kick someone out instead of the annoying one where you need to drive under the speed limit to deliver some guy who's very passed out, but somehow can sense that you're driving too fast and jump. Anyway, so you can just go in and out of your nightclub until you get the one where you have to kick someone out. This is also a time where you can manage your stock in your nightclub, to see what you're doing, move around your people, and if you need to, sell it. Usually if I sell it, I do it after everything else, but you can do it at this part too. So this time I got the kick someone out mission first try. Once again, if you want that one and you get the one where you have to drive someone who's passed out, you can just keep going in and out of your nightclub until you get this one, and it does work. And if you're safe as full, which mine mostly was, you'll get around $250,000. This is the most money you'll get from a single thing in the strategy. It's the biggest part of it in general. This is usually what ups your money count, so very important to have the nightclub. So our next step is to head down to the motorcycle club and do a customer bike, which every time you'll get a profit of 50,000, which is much better than the auto shop. So it's not mandatory to have the motorcycle club, but it does help. But it is quite a bit of money to get the custom bike workshop. So if you are dedicated to this strategy, then I'd say it's worth it getting in the long run. So now you get to service the bike and listen to this guy say the most annoying dialogue in the game.
That is hot, if I do say so myself.
So here I hit that car very obviously off that bump, somehow didn't take off the payment, which I'm obviously not complaining. Anyway, we deliver the bike, and this is another fairly easy $50,000 every time. So, easy 50,000, and after this I saw a street dealer, so wanted to see if it specialized in the M, and they did, so I sold that. Anyway, next step is the arcade money and the ammunition contract for the bunker. I also saw this little bicycle in the wall, but you know, just GTA being GTA right there. So because I have both of those in Paleto Bay, and I'm sure you guys do too, or most of you, at least the bunker. Because I have those up at there, and I also have a penthouse, I go to the casino because there's kind of like a fast travel method. There is the taxis now, so you could just take a taxi, pay 5,000 or 1,000 or however much it is, and teleport up there. But I go to the penthouse and just go straight up to Paleto Bay. No matter if you take the taxi or the limo, it's still much faster than driving all the way up there, unless you just like to drive, but this is a big time skip. Anyway, I go to the casino, you can take your taxi and use the fast travel system. So pulling up to the casino, and obviously it's kind of just tradition at this point, you need to get rid of the valet guy, so do that there. This is also, if you are using the casino method, a good time to spin the wheel, because you're here. So I spun the wheel and I ended up just getting 5,000 RP, so not too good, but yeah.
Welcome, sir.
So now we're in Paleto Bay. I'm going to stop at my arcade and get the money, which I hadn't done this for a while when I recorded this, so that safe was full too. So that was 100,000. Obviously you can change around the whole schedule of the strategy based on where your locations are, because it wouldn't make sense to do the arcade now if it's not in Paleto Bay. So you can always switch things around to how you want. This is just how mine are placed. Kind of affects the order you do things in. Anyway, like I said, the safe was full, so easy 100,000 here. Alright, next we're going to head to the bunker and do the ammunition contract, which is the most boring part of the whole strategy. And it can also be the most annoying. But I have found a way to stop the bots from coming at you. It is the most annoying part about this is definitely the bots. Especially Merryweather. They are fast, they rubber band, they basically just cause you to have a bad time. So there is a way you can counter this. So they come in 3 waves, and each wave has 2 cars, which means each wave has 4 Merryweather people. So what you can do is you can get the first wave to spawn, stop your car, kill those guys, get the second wave to spawn, stop your car, kill those guys, and do the same thing for the third. I have the railgun, so it makes it a lot easier, but you can just do it with a rocket launcher in it. And after you get rid of those 3 waves, they won't bother you for the rest of the drive, so you can just listen to music and, I don't know, relax for the rest of the drive. This is the one downside of having the bunker in this location, at least for this strategy, because I don't really use it for actual bunker things, because I mean I have this strategy. So So now after doing that, I take the time to go in the inventory and just buy full ammo, just so you can have it. It's a good time to do it, just to make sure you have ammo for everything. And now you can just enjoy the rest of the drive. It does get pretty boring because they give you the slowest truck in the game. But, yep, just drive to the ammunition. This time I got kind of unlucky and got the 6-mile one, but there are some that are only like 3 or 4 away. But drive the rest, you can cruise without the annoying Merryweather guys coming after you or other bots. The other bots don't really bother you. All they do is you can drive faster than them, but after you outdistance them, they love to spawn right in front of you and make you have a bad time. So it's just much easier just to take care of all of them right there. So this is another fairly easy $50,000. So next step is to do another payphone hit. So I call Franklin here in a little bit again, and I end up getting the golf one. So the bonus I got this time was to take her out with the golf club. So I left the car's engine on and sprinted over to her.
You're entirely useless to the world. My buddy's been...
So now I sprint back to the car, and the next part, and the final part actually, is to head to the agency itself. You're going to collect the money and do a contract. Now, once again, this is a good time to fill up on snacks for the contract. I do have a little rule set up though. If there's no contract that gives over 50,000, I don't do one, because at that point it's not going to make a very large difference. I mean, I know I do the auto shop, but with the safe, there's not really any point. Once again, the safe was pretty full here, so close to 100,000. I don't know what the max capacity for the agency one is, but I mean, if that's 100,000, it looks like it's 300,000. Anyway, I didn't end up getting one. They were all fairly not good. They were all only like 35,000. So if you do end up getting one over 50,000, definitely do it, and that'll add a higher total. But after doing all that, in one in-game day, I reached 800,000 just from about 45 minutes of grinding, which is pretty good. Arguably better than KO. So if you have all these businesses and you don't want to do KO, this is a really great way to make money. So thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions about it, just comment down below. And let me know what you thought of this, because it's a little different than what I usually do. And if you have nothing to watch, I do have some GTA Funny Moments videos on my channel that I think are pretty good and that I think deserve more love. And there should be another one coming out fairly soon. So look out for that and check out the rest of my channel, see if you like it. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.